Welcome, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday afternoon. I am just going to share this while I see if anybody is going to hop on. I know I have been meaning to come on. It has just been very crazy, a lot of updates, a lot of things going on behind the scenes that I'll kind of talk about. I know that it is kind of an awkward time of the day, and I'm not really sure who is all going to hop on. So if I figured if not enough people hop on, then I will just kind of take this time to so there's no echo. Okay, give an update about the things that are happening. And then I will just schedule an open chat, because I would really love to do that. Just have an open chat night about the cases that I have covered. I think it would just be a really good idea, because, families, they want to ask the question. They want to know what you think. They want you to see what they're seeing, so they want you to ask the questions. So I figured, why not just have an open chat night and kind of see what comes about it. I run my page, families are heavily, I'm just trying to share this into my page real quick, and I cannot talk and do this at the same time. It's heavily, so, I just don't deal with the disrespectful bashing. It's one thing to come up and give your perspectives. It's another thing to character attack. I would understand if I was up here talking to some very bad people, but nobody I have ran about deserves to have their character bashed. So that's all I ask, is just come with a healthy, open discussion. So if there's nobody going to be on here right now, I will just go ahead and share this as soon as possible right now onto my page. And then I'll just reschedule the live chat. So throw some nights at me that you guys can be open for just an open discussion. There we go. I shared. Okay. So first of all, the big thing that I'm just going to go over some things that we're working on the page. If you guys are on my page, you guys have seen this. This is for all families of Tennessee. That's what we're working on. I have since added to this list since I posted it. I really want to get as many families on here as possible to make this grow. So that is one of the things that we're working on. We also are doing a slideshow, so we want pictures sent in. So that way we can add, let me get rid of this banner. I'll make sure everybody reads the banner below, please. I'll put it back up there, but we just want pictures so that way we can add information like this below. I have a few pictures and a few pictures more that were just recently sent in. And I'm very excited because let me share screen here for a second. This is what we are working on for the slideshow. Now, this is just a very rough draft of what we're doing right now, but I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm very new. It's a learning process, but I figured, hey, this will help me get very familiar with how to do things in the editing, and also bring awareness. So it's a win-win. So I'm just going to show you real quick, if I can. Let me replay that for a second. My sound wasn't on. Oh, it might be choppy. Yeah. There we go. Is it choppy on your guys' end? I'll have to just post it on the page. But yeah, we're working on the slideshow. This is for every family of Tennessee, not just the 13th district. There we go. Not just the 13th district, all families. So we want all pictures from any questionable cases that you have out there. We want to add your photo, and I want to add you to that list. This one right here, I want to add you to that. We are doing all of Tennessee. There just happens to be a lot from the 13th district. So I just don't want anybody to get confused out there, because we are taking all districts. I want to make it as aware as possible that Tennessee needs some looking into. If you guys are out there and you have artistic abilities and you can make that better, please do. I just want to let everybody know that this billboard has gotten approved. Thank goodness. I'm so excited. The other one didn't. They had to make adjustments. When I came in, this was already in the process, but reach out, because I know that there is a GoFundMe that all the families are putting in efforts, because I know that they're running some kind, and I don't want to say for sure. So like I said, reach out and we can get those details to you. But I know that they're running something to where they are also doing individual. Courtney Cash has an individual one going out. Josh Bohannon has an individual one going out. So please reach out if you are in this is the 13th district. It doesn't say it on there anymore, but these are all from the 13th district, and I would love to run stories on all of them. So there is a lot of, and we're getting there, guys. It's all about making it aware. I told every family, we need to find ways to group you all together, to put everybody in the same spot, to see, they have their group and we have our groups, and we all, there's stories in there, and their words and posts, and they're scattered. And I want to find a way to bring it all together, and boom, 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 boom. So that is what we're working on. I won't play this anymore because it's choppy, but we are working on the slideshow behind the scenes. If you're in that group, you know what I'm talking about. I haven't posted it on my page yet, but I can. I'm just trying to get a few more pictures. So drop your photos. If you're on Facebook, go to my page and drop your photo in the comments. There's a bunch of posts on them. You can message them to me. You can email them to me. I would really like to get as many families up there. And I encourage those to come speak. We definitely want you guys to come speak and make yourselves aware. That is all we're trying to do here. And I don't want to make waves. I want to make a hurricane. I want them to notice us. And I think that we are getting somewhere. So I think people are starting to see that it's not just one or two cases. There's a lot of cases with questionable. So if you would like to get involved, I would love to help spread awareness. And anyway, you don't have to come talk to me. I promise. You can just send a photo, and I will not pressure you into talking. I will not do any of that. If that's the only way you want to be involved, then that is fine with me. I never pressure anybody, and I will never disclose anything that there's no reason to. You will never be shocked on anything I come up here and say. You will be very well aware before I get up here and speak. So I have you guys tonight. Aaron Shane Key's mother, Lisa, will be on. We'll have a crime scene technician on, and they invite every family. I know she has taken a look at some things, and I know that she really wants to come share her perspective with us. And I think this is huge. This is somebody that's willing to take the time out and let the families of Tennessee come ask her, or families just come ask questions. She's very open if you want her to take a look at some of the things and you feel comfortable, we'll have all that information. But I am very excited. Anybody that is on this page or going to watch this, you're going to want to tune in for it. It's just I'm so excited. I'm very excited for Tennessee. I'm very excited for this group. I'm very excited for all of this to be coming together. They've had so much help, and it's fine. I've heard a lot of families saying, well, we're finally getting somewhere. We finally feel like there's hope, and that's all I want to hear. That's all we want to hear, and hopefully we can take that to the next step. Aaron's case, if you do not know about it, I go on my YouTube channel, go on my Facebook, and watch any of the Unraveling series, and you'll kind of see what's going on and why this is just such a huge deal. So I just want to bring as much awareness to that, and we're making it. We're getting there. I'm happy. A few of the cases I want to talk about. I want to just hint on Parker's real quick. If anybody is watching about Parker, which I do have actually here. Let me put this one up too. I will be going on individually about these, but right now I just kind of want to talk about Parker's. His is just a very mysterious case, the family feels that there's just not a lot done as far as the investigation. And as you guys have seen, if you watch his other videos, there's just at least one major lead that could have been followed up on and discredited by now. And it's kind of crazy that a lot of people haven't really seen or really heard about the details. And this is his that will be in the slideshow. Somebody know, and his little caption I have for it is, somebody knows where he is. There is a huge lead about a car situation and a car fight. I have asked anybody if they have heard of the name Steve, and now we are asking if the names Rocky or Roger ring a bell. I would really like to have people reach out, and if you know them, just tell me about them, tell me who they are. Anything you might know, I would really appreciate it. Like I said, it all stays anonymous. Nobody will know that you're reaching out to me. I will never drop any names. I try to keep everything as vague as possible. But yeah, we are currently wondering if anybody knows the name Steve, Roger, or Rocky. We believe that they have very, very useful information. We believe that and hope that maybe they have had some conversations with people that would be willing to come forward and kind of help us have a picture of what happened and where Parker is and bring him home. It's crazy to me that the amount of support he had for the investigation to have gone nowhere. It's literally gone nowhere. Not that we've seen. Cross Valley, if you got some I can see, please let me know. But other than that, yeah. My thing is, I know in cases that there are things that we can't know, and especially the family can't know. But I feel very strongly that over time, there are some things that you have to kind of put out there to get somewhere. Especially in cases like this where there is not a lot known. I feel there are still things that you can withhold to keep the integrity of the investigation. But as time goes on, you got to kind of think about releasing stuff. But in Parker's case, I just don't think they did anything to have anything released. If you did, let me know. That would be great. But yeah, there's this whole situation of a car. And there's some, people that have never heard of it. There's some people that have. His last known whereabouts was October 20th. I'm getting a feeling that maybe he was seen after that, and I would really just like to confirm that. That's a huge part of the puzzle. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I strongly urge you to go back and watch his episodes that I did. The amount of people telling me that they had no idea that this was even a lead, you know, I feel if investigators were out there asking, there would have been some kind of more whisper on the streets of this. And it's crazy to me that there's just nothing, especially to the ones that were closest with Parker. So that just lets me know that there was just nothing really done. And it's time, and that's all we want. And that's all I'm trying to do is get these LE, get somebody off their ass and take a look. With Caitlin, we just had her on here recently. Her sister and her aunt came on to talk about her. They were kind of very much quiet, and they were very nervous to come talk about Caitlin. Caitlin went missing on the same road. Aaron Shane Key was supposed to have hung himself, which is bullshit. He did not, and we all know that. And I promise you, if you go watch his episodes, you will very much see what we see. So I'm very excited to have the crime scene person come on tonight about that. The story that his girlfriend gave is just completely false, and I think that there is plenty of evidence that supports that. So I strongly urge you to go. These aren't just random people saying, hey, this is something huge that we're trying to bring awareness to. There are too many in the 13th district alone. All that blue there you see, that is Bryant Dunaway's district. And that's not all of them. And something needs done. Caitlin had a fight with her dad. This is by his own account saying that they had a fight and she left. And just some of the things that he did, some of the things that weren't done, the sense of urgency, has left a lot of people wondering if what he said in his account of her just running off and getting picked up by somebody is just not that credible. With Courtney Cash, there was a few things that, you should really go back and listen to her Unraveling Tennessee case. I went back over it, and hers is just a lot. There is one, Wayne Marcella is currently doing 15 years, a 15-year sentence on second-degree murder for what happened that night. And, the family they knew Wayne. Wayne knew her since she was 16 years old. She was 23. He was a huge part of the Courtney Cash and her sister's lives at one point. The young family took him in, and he is really referred to as, an adopted brother to them. And we have Courtney's boyfriend who was also there those 30 hours. The biggest misconception is she did not die on the 19th. She was found on the 19th. She died early morning hours of the 18th. They were in the house for a whole 24 hours before they did anything. And, you have Wayne's account and then you have the boyfriend's account. Wayne says, no, we did this together. The boyfriend says that we were held hostage and there was nothing that he can do. But if you look at the evidence, go back and look at that window, Austin says that he cut it and he jumped out backwards with the baby in his arms. And my thing, a lot of people are thinking, well, wouldn't the window be pushed out and not rolled in? Wouldn't it be ripped further than what he cut? There's a clean cut. And, Wayne says, yeah, because he did that because we were going to plan on saying that Wayne was going to leave and Austin was going to call and say two masked men were going to come in. And that's what happened. So it lines up with the evidence. Just take away take away the accounts, that's a very clean cut. Before I even knew that, I took a look at that evidence window and I said, well, there's no blood. It's rolled inside and it's just such a clean cut. And then come to find that there was this two masked men came in and did this. Wayne wasn't supposed to be there scenario. Well, yeah, it kind of clicked with what Wayne was saying. Courtney was put in a box, and I can understand why, she laid on her floor for 24 hours dead while they were both inside. So what made them decide to put her in a box for? Well, then you listen to what both boys are saying. You have Austin not even acknowledging why, or then you have Wayne over here saying, well, yeah, we had a plan to go dump her on this, put her and go dump her on the side of the road somewhere. Well, then I would assume, that just makes you wonder, did Wayne put her in the box so they could transport her? And then you have pictures of Austin's car, and supposedly he put the baby in the front seat when he escaped, but that seat is so shoved so far up that it looks like maybe they were thinking about putting something in the back seat. Well, Wayne says during that time, Austin, who was supposed to be in the bedroom, went out to his car a few times. They're saying that, he's saying that, yeah, he went out there to his car during this time because they didn't leave after Wayne put Courtney in the box. They stayed for a few hours after that. And that's the time where Wayne says, yeah, he was in and out of the car. Well, Austin says that he was in the room. But if you look at the evidence, it kind of supports what Wayne's saying. And that's all the family is saying. Austin's own account, he says that he cut that window, but he also says that Wayne held him hostage and took all the knives, took all the phones. Well, when the family went in there after everything was said and done, there was a working phone found in the same bedroom he was in. So yeah, naturally they start to ask questions. They're hearing one thing, but they're seeing another one. And it's questionable. It really is. If you go back to that episode and you look at those photos and you think about what Wayne's saying against what Austin is saying, it is very credible questions that they're asking. And it's kind of mind-blowing that if you look at it, investigators never tried to question it. And that's all they want somebody to do, is look at it, listen to them, and answer their questions then. Because there was a lot of stuff that was thrown away. Wayne says that Austin collected all the paraphernalia, put it in a black trash bag. There was a black trash bag found at the scene. From my understanding and what I've seen, none of that was tested. Very crucial. The whole count of maybe Wayne stabbed Courtney in the hand, and maybe it's possible Austin stabbed her in the shoulder on accident. It's very clear that from what I see, it was both boys arguing, and Courtney was kind of in the middle and got caught in the crossfire. And getting ready tonight, that's why I'm kind of glad that we have this lady that is taking the time out to come and answer these questions, because she is somebody that could really have some useful insight to the families that are asking these questions. And I think it's really going to be a very insightful night. So if anybody has the time to watch and jump on, if you're going to watch any video, I encourage you guys to come watch tonight. Courtney was found naked from the waist down, and why? And none of these questions were answered. There are no records from the calls the morning the 911 call, from the time the 911 starts to calls from the hospital. None of that. The family has never seen it. I've never seen it. So I offer anybody that has it to that would be awesome. That's all they're asking for. And they're very credible questions. For instance, how the 911 started that day. Wayne called and said there had been an accident. Somebody was chasing him. He got scared and hung up. Well, it pinged off of a different area. The Ellie went out to that area and they checked it. There was nothing suspicious. So they got a call. They got a call. They went to Courtney's house. They ended up at Courtney's house. While they were there, they got a call. So officers arrived on scene. He goes up, he checks the situation, has one officer posted at the front door. He goes around that's when he finds the window. And he's kind of observing that it's a child's window and it's cut and all these observations, except for, if there's any blood. He couldn't remember. So as he's doing this, they get a call in from the hospital, and the hospital's saying, hey, we have a victim here that is saying the last thing that he's seen was his wife. And that's how he referred to Courtney, was as his wife. They were not married. He's seen his wife getting put in a box. Seen. So, which would state that he walked out the front door, as opposed to having the door shut in a bedroom and hopping out the window. You see what I'm saying? And the family, they see this and they want to know why. It was never investigated. Nothing was ever challenged on the hostage story. But if you look and you listen to Wayne, he's not saying he's innocent, you guys. He's not. But what he's saying goes a little bit more with the evidence that they didn't get rid of. They found knives everywhere. He said, no, none of that's true. But nobody listened. And that's the big question that they're having here. Austin said that the front door was barricaded by a reclining chair. Is there evidence of that? Was there a chair out of place by the door that had been pushed because Wayne walked out the front door? There's a lot of questions that from Austin being behind in a closed door, there shouldn't be. One would think that Austin just walked right out the front door. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. And they just want answers. The neighbors say that around 3:30 they heard this horrific altercation going on. They heard Courtney saying no, 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 and then what they said was somebody being slammed up against the wall. I just have a strong feeling and reason to believe that that's not all they heard. I think that they heard a lot more than that and just didn't do anything about it. Everybody is questioning. Austin did have access to knives. He cut the window. He talks about cutting the lamp cord to defibrillate Courtney, who, by his account, was conscious still, and when he was trying to give her CPR, he acknowledged that he cut that. So it's just very, if you just take what both boys are saying and you look at everything, it just kind of leans more on the fact that maybe Wayne was right. Maybe it started out with a scuffle, and afterwards there was this cool down moment on what to do and being scared. And both boys didn't want to get in trouble. And I think there's a lot of evidence to show that might be a possibility that they should have looked into. And that's just what the family believes. The baby, there was really no mention. Austin gives the appearance that she was asleep this whole altercation. The altercation started out in Courtney and Austin's room. Wayne in the beginning said that it started out by the couch, but in recent letters that it started in the bedroom. But the baby was in there. She was in a crib and she was in there when it started. And there's no mention of her until almost 24 hours later. There was a mention of her getting fed once, but that was by Wayne, who fed her. There's just a lot of questions that were not answered. And that's just all the family hopes for, is just the questions answered. And if there is more than one person that needs to pay for this, then they need to pay. They need to be held accountable. And I think it's worth somebody out there taking a very, very clear second look. Now, I kind of want to group Miss Katie Cawthorn into here. She is missing out of Kentucky, but you guys, she is right there on the Tennessee border, okay? And I'm saying so close that I'm going to try to pull it up here for you guys. It's so close that Overton, Livingston, Baxter, all of them are just a hop, skip, and a jump away. And the biggest question surrounding at least Aaron's case is, could there be sex trafficking involved? Could there have been something, there was mention of that. So, with Katie, she was visiting her mom. She was last seen on October 1st, and she was visiting her mom. But they, and like they are so close to the line. She was last seen October 1st, 2019, around Bug Tussle, Ackersville area. And when I show you on the map, you'll see exactly how close that is to the other unraveling cases that we're talking about. There was talks that she went to go, when they go pay their electric bill, they have to go over the Tennessee line because the electric company, that's how close they are, and they are within that electric company. So she's you guys, she's just so close. I'm going to show you real quick. So I kind of want to group her because this whole sex trafficking, she walked that day, and that's the whole thing of it, is there is nothing for Miss Katie. She literally walked out of her house and there has not been a trace. She did not have a cell phone at the time, so it made it even harder. But just where she is located, I would really, really like to group her in with them. Let me zoom out here before I share this with you guys. I'm trying to get Crossville in there because that's right around where are you? There we go. That's right around where she was. Let me share screen this real quick. Okay, is that popped up there? Oh, let me. She is just so close that I feel that maybe it's a good idea to link her together, because you got her up here, and then down here you have Livingston, you have Cookville, Baxter, Crossville. I mean, she is just so close to that area. So I kind of want to link her into the Unraveling Tennessee cases, because that, like I said, what happened was, that day that she went missing, they had just gotten back from coming over the line to pay the electric bill. And when they got home, her mother went to lay down to take a nap, which her mother she is not a person of interest. She's just the last person that's where she was last seen. She has been, there's no reason to believe that. But it's a very rural, out there area. And it could be very, very much questioned if when she was walking, somebody picked her up and carried her over the Tennessee line. So I think I'm going to start grouping. If any of Katie's family is watching right now, we did do an interview for Katie on my page and on the YouTube. She, a very close friend of the family, came on and spoke, and I always offer the family themselves. I know that she has a sister. I know that she had some family. I seen her mother did an interview, and her dad has given a few interviews. At the time the family friend came on, he was just very sick. But in my heart, something keeps telling me that I need to group her with them because she is right there. So, and she walked, and it was a whole season before dogs went out there and tried to sniff, and there was just nothing, no direction, no anything that she could have possibly took off in. And I made the statements when I was doing a video on her. Those roads are so windy. You could come around the corner. And so I asked anybody if anybody had a wrecked car around that week that anybody knows. Just anything, because with hers, there is just nothing at all. And it just breaks my heart. And I would just really, really like to, yeah. And Aaron's, he did speak of it. And that's why she is just literally right there. And that's why I think maybe we should just start grouping her with them, because she's just so close. And she was a walker. She walked. And anybody around there could have picked her up. And somebody could have very much taken her over the Tennessee border. So I definitely want to include her. I would like to just make a little, there's not much, but I would like to make a little Unraveling Tennessee episode for her, very much so. I mean, and Lisa, if you're still watching, I'm not sure if you're on here. This is exactly what we were talking about is we have to group them together. We have to boom, boom, boom. We have to find a way to have everybody see that these aren't just a few cases, and they're not just a few cases of parents in denial, or, these are very good questionable cases that need to be looked into. And they're asking for help. They're asking for them to come help, come see what we see. I don't know if you're on here still, Lisa, but I'm excited for tonight. And I've been telling everybody that this is one that they're not going to want to miss. And I am very appreciative for her for coming and taking the time. Very much. But yeah, any of these cases these stories that you've seen, these loved ones on here, I have videos on them, and I strongly urge you to go check them out. Like I said, for Parker's case, it's just with Katie, it's not that investigators didn't do anything. There was just nothing, no lead, nobody has said, oh, she was talking to a secret so. Like, there is just literally nothing. And it is like she literally walked out and she vanished, and we know that's not possible. Somebody knows. And with Parker, there's so much information and nothing was done. So we're just trying to light a fire. That's all I'm trying to do here, is light fires. Light fires for these families and let them know we're talking about them now. There ain't no shutting them up. There's only one way of shutting them up. And Caitlin's, there is very much concern that maybe she found out some things that she wasn't supposed to find out. It's just sort of that her father was a very volatile man, and maybe his anger might have gotten the best of him. And the family was finally able to to kind of come shed light on how they were feeling about the situation. And I'm very glad that they did. And most of these families will be coming back. It's just a lot of pressure for some. And some just needed to get that one out the way. So I encourage everybody. Like I said, Lisa will be on. We will have a crime scene technician investigator. We will lock down the credentials when she comes on, I promise. But she is very qualified. And I'm very excited, and I encourage every family out there that's listening to come join in on this one. I encourage everybody to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that's where we're going to be doing the interviews and the videos and having the guests on. And then the page is just kind of to go discuss everything, another platform to just go discuss it in. So hit the subscribe button, remind button, however you guys all do that. Everybody probably knows that a lot better than me right now. And follow along, join in. And I will be going on. I will slowly be going down and breaking these. I keep telling families I will come on and retalk and talk about everything as much as possible, because it's just bringing more awareness. And I feel like each time I go on, I bring something new that wasn't said before. So I will be taking all of these and slowly breaking them down, going over them. I have a few cases on my page and my YouTube channel that are not Unraveling Tennessee, like Patrick. We created a whole nice detailed timeline for Patrick. He is missing out of Missouri. It is kind of a strange circumstance. And then we have Miss Diana Gonzalez, who is missing out of Winter Haven, California. She is said to have gone missing out of the reservation, the Yuma reservation. And she is from California. So I will be going on and doing a separate open chat, for them too. I do run cases not of Tennessee. There's just a very big influx of Tennessee right now. And they've asked me to kind of focus in on that. But I will still be shedding light on Diana, because, they have been doing the investigation. They never went out and searched for her. It said that her and her girlfriend got into a fight, and her girlfriend said that she just walked off. And there's just a lot of reason. It was a very volatile relationship. Her girlfriend was brought in on attempted murder charges against Diana in 2019, and she was released. It's just, she seems to be a very temperamental person and a very violent person that just keeps getting away, and nobody seems to know why. According to Diana's girlfriend, she says that Diana just walked off. She's a grown woman, and she can't control the fact that Diana doesn't want to come home. So it's a very interesting one. So I encourage you to go, just not the Tennessee cases, go check all the cases that I've done. Yeah, I see you. But that is my cue. My son just woke up. Like I said, we will do the open chat. I really wanted to go on last night, but with what's going on for tonight with the crime scene tech, things got a little exciting. Everybody is happy. Everybody wants to join in it. And I just kind of had a lot of questions to answer. And so I am I want to really dive into an open chat and kind of discuss these things. I've gotten the green light from the family. They want this. They know it's just going to further bring awareness, as long as we do it in a healthy way. So I am going to sign off here. Like I said, please send in your pictures. Please send the info to be added to this list. The photos to be added to the slideshow that we're doing. I tried to show you guys, but it was really choppy for some reason. But please send in that. If you can't add the info down there like that, just send the photo blank and I will add it and send me the information that needs to be at the bottom. And we will gladly add it for you. You can reach out privately, publicly, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I just want to make sure that you're added to this list. So we have Lisa coming on tonight. I plan on going on about Parker tomorrow night because I really want to dive in on those 3 names, Steve, Rocky, Roger. And kind of see, where everything's going with that. There's some things that could be updated. So I hope you guys stick around for Parker tomorrow night. And so I think maybe Tuesday night we'll have an open discussion night. So Tuesday night, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Tuesday night we'll have the open chat night. So go back and listen to the videos, look at the interviews, and write down your questions, you guys, and come with questions. They want you to understand. They really do. The biggest thing that they need is for people to see what they see and stand with them. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off here. This is Ash with TC Spotlight, and you guys have the rest of the day, and I will see you back here tonight, 8 p.m. East. For Lisa, he's fine. I'm getting off for Lisa and to talk with the crime scene technician. You guys have a wonderful day.